Well, good day, everyone. Craig back at you out again on the 2018 Honda Goldwing, out and about on a beautiful day. This was a November day, taking a nice ride. So let's get into the topic. So the topic today is, where are we going in 2021 for our riding events, for our riding days, for, our getaways. So I kind of broke this down into two categories. The first category being like rallies and motorcycle events, and the second category being like day trips. So let me start by saying, why the heck am I even doing this? Well, when you live in the Northeast, we have had to put our bikes away. Well, most of us have had to put our bikes away by now. So when you can't ride, the only thing you really can do is think about, okay, let me plan out my next rides. Where will I be able to go next year? So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, figuring out what my schedule is going to be for next year, places I want to go, and also I want to get some input from you as far as places I'm thinking about going, whether it's a good move to make that event or not a good move to make the event. In saying all that, I will preface it by saying this. In the era of the pandemic, I know that some of these things might not occur based on the situation that's going on in the country at the time. So as I plan these things, I'm planning with the mindset that we'll be able to travel. We'll be able to go wherever we want to go. Again, that might change, easily can change, and then we'll adjust and we'll adapt like we always do. But with these plans, I'm not thinking about any particular restrictions. And again, if that happens, then hey, we just do something different. Let's start out by talking about the rallies. So some of the places I've gone in that I plan on going to next year is Americade. So the first rally that I'll bring up, and I'll throw some links into this video referencing back to when I previously attended some of these rallies. So Americade for 2021 is scheduled for June 7th through the 12th. And even though I won't be there for all of the days, I plan on making it there for a few of the days. For me, that's not that long of a trip. It's in the Adirondack region. So I'll be looking forward to attending that rally. The next rally I'm planning on attending is Wingding, and that is scheduled for June 29th through July 3rd, and that will be in Springfield, Missouri. Now, that was previously last year, or actually this year, 2020, because we're still in 2020 as I make this video, was canceled, and it was supposed to happen in Springfield, so they've just rescheduled that. Same location. That rally does move around the country from city to city every year, but since they had to cancel in Springfield last year, they said they would just go right back to Springfield this year. The third rally that I am considering attending is Biketoberfest, which is October 14th through the 17th in Daytona Beach of next year. So I have not been to Bikefest or Biketoberfest, and so I'm kind of looking forward to going there. Now, throw this little nugget out there. I know that the Daytona Bike Week, I believe, is in March of this year. It's just difficult for me to attend that because the only way I could really attend that is to trailer the bike down. And although I do have a trailer, I really hadn't planned on trying to do that this year in March. So at some point, if I do attend Daytona Bike Week, I'll put my bike on the trailer, but I'm not planning on doing that for 2021. So some honorable mentions and some other things talking about rallies. I have never been to Sturgis. I would like to go to Sturgis at some point, but for me, that trip really would require a minimum of 2 weeks to 3 weeks in order to be able to do that ride. I would ride out. I don't think I would trailer my bike out. I'd ride out from New York and attend that in South Dakota and then ride back. At some point, I will make that trip. That is a bucket list item, but I don't plan on doing that for 2021. For those of you that have attended, please put it in the comments. What did you think? Is it worth it? That's the one question I do have is I've been told you want to go to Sturgis, but don't go during Bike Week. Go another time. To Mount Rushmore another time other than during Bike Week. You'll enjoy it much more. So just your comments about, for those who have been to Sturgis, whether you've been there during the rally or you've been there a different time of the year. Other honorable mentions. These are places that rallies I would consider going. I haven't been there. So please give me your comments whether you think, if you've been, whether you think it's worthwhile. Some additional honorable mentions. that I would put out there. These are rallies that I have not attended, but looks like it would be a really good time. Is Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, I believe it's called. That's September 22nd through the 25th in Fayetteville, Arkansas. So I'm really kind of interested in that one. Please let me know what your take is on that if you've been. Also, another honorable mention, I just saw a couple of videos on this event in Indianapolis, Indiana, Motorcycles on Meridian. It's Saturday, August 28th of next year. And it looks like it's a one-day event, or I think it's a one-day event. Yeah, I believe it's a one-day event just on that Saturday. But it seems like they get a pretty big turnout, a big selection of bikes. So for those of you who live in that area, if you've attended, please give me comments whether it's worth the trip to go to Motorcycles on Meridian. Now, let's go over to the day trips. Now, again, day trips are places I want to go. And as the name implies, it's somewhere that I'm leaving my house and, go out and I attend and I get back the same day. So for 2021, I am looking to attend the Friday the 13th rally in Port Dover, Ontario. Again, I'll throw a link up in there. I've been to that before. It was a nice event. Again, you have to get that when it comes because it only comes, they have the rally on Friday the 13th. So whatever month it is, as if it's Friday the 13th, they have that rally. So with that being held next year in August, I assume there's going to be some great weather. So I'm looking for a ride up there and a ride back. Now for me, Port Dover is, I believe, about an hour and a half ride it took me to get there and an hour and a half back. So it wasn't far at all. Just a little bit of traffic when you're crossing the bridge into Canada. But I plan on attending that next year. Also, some other day trips that I plan on doing. I'm going to try to hit at least 4 state parks. So I was able to this year go to Letchworth State Park and spend the afternoon there. That was nice. I'm looking forward to going back to there next year. The other thing I haven't mentioned when it comes to day trips, I'm not really referring to when your buddies call you up and say, hey, you want to go riding on a Saturday, you want to go riding on a Sunday. And that's going to happen throughout the year, and that's great. But I don't really kind of plan that. It's just, hey, I'm up for a ride, so let's go. So you're always going to have those. So why am I doing all this, or why do I like to do it all this, plan it out, even though, we're months away from doing this stuff? The reason I like doing it is because I like to fill my calendar with events. And even if they don't happen, you always have something to look forward to. So, for example, as you look at the calendar, in June of next year, you have Americade. In July of next year, you have Wingding. In August, you have Port Dover. If you guys say, hey, yeah, you ought to attend that Motorcycles on Meridian in Indianapolis, that's also in August. September, they have that, I believe, Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. Again, don't know if I'm going, but that's something to do in September. And in October, you have Oktoberfest. So one of the things that I think is great is when you always have something on your calendar that you can look forward to. So as I'm sitting here waiting for the riding season, okay, and I'm at a state park in May, and I'm going to do this in June, and I'm going to do this in July, and I'm going to do this in August, and I'm going to fill my calendar. Again, will it work out? It might not work out, but I always like to have something, I guess you would say, on the back burner as a plan of where I'm going to go and what I'm going to do. So kind of interested, give me your feedback. If you have plans for next year, do you do that? Do you kind of look at the calendar, kind of figure out where you want to go for next year? Or do you just play it by ear? Just I don't know what I'm going to do next year. If it happens, it happens. If it goes, it goes. Let me know. And then finally, like I said, some of these places, again, and really it's more the rallies. I have been to Americade. I have been to Wingding. Have not been to Biketoberfest. Have not been to Blues, Bikes, and Barbecue, if I'm saying that right. Have not been to Motorcycles on Meridian. So I have not been to Oktoberfest. So some of these places that I know a lot of you have been, just to give me kind of the heads up, is it a good place to go? If it's a multi-day event, should I be there for the whole thing? Can I see it in a day or two? You don't need to be there for the whole thing, or hit it at the very beginning of the event, or hit it at the end of the event. Whatever advice you could provide, hey, I appreciate all of it. So I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I hope everyone is doing well. And thank you for watching this video, and we'll be talking to you soon. God bless.